Sam's going to do a demonstration at first.
All right, so I'm Sam Shank, founder and CEO of HotelTonight. We are a same-day mobile booking app. We've sort of pioneered the concept of same-day mobile bookings. We've been in the United States, launched there, San Francisco-based. We've been there for about 16 months. We're in 43 cities, iPhone, iPad, Android, and we've had a lot of traction and a lot of success in honing this model in the United States. We've got 2.3 million downloads, and we're focused 100% on the mobile opportunity of same-day mobile bookings. And now, I'm very pleased to announce that we are live in London. It went live just a few minutes ago. The official launch will be at 12:15, but it went live just a few minutes ago, and we've got a couple surprises at the end of this short presentation before we do the Q&A about a couple great deals that we'll be offering. So we really have what we think is a brilliant product that focuses on solving the needs of both hotels and consumers for same-day hotel deals. For hotels, we take the inventory and the rooms that would otherwise go unsold, put them on the app, provide a safe way for them to give a discount, and then we present those hotels to users and consumers then that are interested in a last-minute travel deal or a last-minute hotel deal, or for people that could be motivated to book a hotel at the last minute if we can present them with a great offer at a great hotel and make it very convenient for them to book. We only work with great hotels that we personally curate. That means that we look for quality, we look for high standards, we look for high levels of service, and that makes it very simple to know that you're getting a great deal at the last minute. We provide a lot of information about the hotel. Here's the hotel, the Belgraves Hotel. It's a Thompson property. It's over in Chelsea. I'm actually staying there right now. It's a phenomenal hotel. In that hotel, we have a lot of content about what's available there, what's interesting for the last-minute booker. So things like how late the bars open, or what the parking options are, or where breakfast is. Things that are very practical and presented in a very easy-to-read way for the mobile user. We also have mobile-oriented photography. So this is photography that we take ourselves in many cases. So it's mobile-optimized. It shows you what the hotel really looks like and how cool these hotels are and these properties we work with. Booking a room is very simple. We've honed the process down to 3 taps and a swipe and 8 seconds. All my payment information and my account information is saved. This is the 3rd tap after I open the app. And then there's a swipe. We wanted to make sure you really did want to book a hotel. It was almost too easy if it was just 3 taps. So there's a swipe on our logo, and right then you've got your room booked, and you're ready to check in. We have an office now in London. We promoted 2 of our best people from San Francisco to be in that office and to sign up our initial group of hotels. We'll be bringing over another person, Heather Leisman, who is the VP of Operations and Sales at JetSetter, to run this office, and then hiring aggressively here from local Londoners and people from the UK, and using this as a base of operations to expand aggressively within the UK and then throughout the rest of Europe. And so the special offer, just for LeWeb, it is available now. If you have the app, go to the homepage or the main screen of Hotel Deals for London, pull it down to refresh it. You'll see a $2 deal at one of our special hotels that we're working with. It's a really phenomenal hotel called Town Hall in the East End, and we have a $2 deal. It's a very limited number of rooms, but if you're out partying tonight and you want to have a place to stay, or if you're just wanting to check out a great hotel, book it for £2, and you can check out HotelTonight. Very limited number of rooms, only available for a few minutes, so get it while it lasts.
All right, let me first load up HotelTonight and take one of the rooms immediately away from the audience.
Yeah.
That's a great deal. So you talked a little bit about kind of obviously the launch here and moving operations over here. So you got 2 people you said that you brought over here. What's it like? You've had success in the United States now, and then you have a couple places in Canada, right, that you're launched in. What's it like trying to move an operation over here, overseas? Is it a really involved process?
It is involved in the sort of the operations and the logistics of doing it, and the human cost of that, getting somebody set up over here. In terms of what we're solving, though, and what HotelTonight does, it's a universal problem that hotels have empty rooms they need to fill, and users have and consumers have a need for a last-minute hotel. Last-minute hotel bookings right now are about 15% of all hotel bookings, and we think that market is expanding with the prevalence of mobile devices.
And but that's 15% of all in total in the whole world, right? Across the thing. Like I know you and I talked briefly a bit yesterday about what are people using HotelTonight for now? Is it kind of when they're stranded, their flight is canceled and they're at an airport, or is it these spur of the moment, romantic getaways with a loved one or something? How does it break down? How do people use it?
Yeah, what we've seen is it's been very interesting. About half of our bookings are for people that have a last-minute need. So it's a business travel, last-minute business travel, or last-minute travel plans that changed or something got canceled, and they need a place to stay. They don't have another place to stay. They don't have another option. The other group is very interesting, and that's a group that we've basically unlocked for the market, which we call impulse bookers.
Right.
And these are people that have another option. They could stay with friends. They could stay home. They could stay. They could return home and like the option of after the party tonight of commuting home. But by presenting them with this really convenient option to book a last-minute stay, we're able to bring them into a hotel and have them think about lodging and hotels as something that's not just about traveling. That's great for the hotel because we're bringing purely incremental demand to the hotel industry.
These are people that I assume before would just kind of walk in last minute, and it wasn't very many probably because who knows like if a hotel is availability or not, and you're not going to walk into every hotel in a city.
That's right, and it's not very convenient to book, and it's not something that was top of mind. But having an app in your pocket and on your mobile phone where you can book in 8 seconds, it's really changing the way people are thinking about hotels.
And you and I talked a bit yesterday also about London and the UK and then the rest of Europe kind of being a unique opportunity because United States, there's obviously a lot of chain hotels. Mm-hmm. Here, it's a little bit different. You said it's kind of flipped on its head. So is this market in some ways really even more important to you because it's so custom tailored to what you guys are doing?
Yeah, we talk internally that if we can be successful in the U.S., which we have been,
yep.
we're going to be it's going to be a lot easier for us to be successful in the rest of the world. The inventory here, there's a lot of great fragmented ownership of hotels, as well as a lot more really interesting boutique properties, which is really our bread and butter with HotelTonight. People use us not only to find a great deal, but also to discover great hotels, and there's just a lot more prevalence of that in the rest of the world outside of the U.S.
And you guys curate these hotels yourselves. You pick them all. And are most of them still, I know this was a problem for you in the United States, it's a problem for everyone kind of in the space, that a lot of the systems still use like fax machines rather than kind of using new technology. But does that kind of help you guys a little bit because these guys are so out of touch? And is that the way it is also in the UK and in Europe?
Yeah, I don't know if you'd say out of touch. I think that's just the way they prefer to do business.
And very stoic of you to say that.
Yeah,
I mean, they're using fax machines.
It is. It was
2012.
a surprise. It is a surprise to us. But receiving a booking on a fax machine is actually a lot cheaper for them than going through these legacy GDS systems. And it's direct between us and the hotel. So and then there's a paper record of it. I mean, it's back to the future, but it keeps everybody happy, and we're happy to plug into whatever way that the hotel wants to communicate with us.
What kind of hotels are you guys looking for when you go out there and get something into the system? Is it only the high end of the market? Are you looking for things to cater to all needs?
Yeah, we definitely want to be something for everyone. So instead of doing star ratings, we've said that a much more illustrative categorizations for people when they're booking last minute is our badges and our categorization that are more about the mood and the vibe of the hotel. So we start with a luxe categorization, which is that high end, and then we go to a hip categorization, which is something that has a bar in it or something that's really sort of a fun swank hotel. And then moving down, we also have a solid hotel, which is more of a business hotel,
yep.
And then a basic hotel, which is sort of a crash pad would be another term for that, which is just if you need a night's sleep, you want it quiet, you want it safe, you want it reliable. So in New York City, for example, we can have places in that basic category for $99 or about 60 quid. And then that goes up to over $300 or about 170 quid for a luxe hotel. So it's really something for everyone.
Who's setting those prices? Is that you guys kind of dictating? Is that the hotels that come in with what they're comfortable with?
Yeah, the hotels have full control over their pricing. The way that HotelTonight works, and it may not have been clear from the presentation, is that we show 3 deals every night from a collection of maybe 20, maybe 30 different hotels that we work with in a given market. Those hotels are competing against each other to provide us with the best deal for that night. And that ensures that the prices are low. That ensures that there's nice rotation and variability of the hotels. So you can't predict who's going to be on sale. But it also increases the deal quality.
Got it. So what's the competitive environment out there like right now? And in Europe, you've got Booking.com, right? In the United States, you've got Expedia and Priceline and those guys who are kind of, not necessarily doing the exact same thing, of course, but they're all kind of in the same space where they're all kind of trying to get an interesting deal on the room. How do you guys view that? I mean, there's a lot of companies that are public, that are multi-billion-dollar companies. You guys have raised a lot of funding, but how do you go about competing with them?
Yeah, I think that the main way we compete is by singular focus on mobile, built from the ground up for mobile. That's how we can do the bookings in 8 seconds. The content, the merchandising, all of our marketing team, they're best in class on mobile marketing. All of our supply team is just selling this single problem about last minute bookings. The customer support team, it's all internal, it's phenomenal. They just do mobile-based, a lot of it's chat-based or sort of texting-based mobile marketing. So it's that singular focus on mobile. That's what we wake up, that's what we think about. We don't have any legacy systems, we don't have legacy business models. That gives us a huge advantage.
Is that a problematic area, though, trying to convince people who have mostly done this? Well, first it was over the phone, of course, and then it moved on to the web, and now most businesses, of course, are moving mobile. But this still seems like something that's not thought of as a mobile-first experience. Is that kind of your biggest challenge, I guess, convincing people that they should be booking all their needs through the mobile experience?
Yeah, well, we're not going after the entire market. We're going after this last-minute need or this spontaneous and impulse need.
Right.
But that said, yeah, any consumer service, I think the initial problem is adoption. We find that when people use us the first time, they are very attracted to it, and they come back over and over at a rate much higher than a typical online travel agency.
Right. Is that breaking the hotel system where people, are used to having things booked weeks in advance, maybe even months in advance, but now you guys are offering such good deals on these hotels and at great hotels. Is that kind of do you think that that's problematic at all for the hotel industry? If you guys become, a behemoth and take over the entire world, and everyone's then just waiting to pounce on these last-second offerings for cheaper prices, do you view that? Do you think they view that as problematic?
Well, high-class problem, I guess. But I think that the unpredictability of the offering every night means that you can't say, hey, I want to stay at the Ace or I want to stay at the Belgraves. I'm not going to book ahead. I'm going to wait till the last minute.
Yep.
So instead of doing that, you really need to book in advance. And one other interesting stat that we've gleaned from HotelTonight users is that 91% of them have never stayed at the hotel that they use.
Oh,
they
really?
Book with
So it's a
HotelTonight.
discovery mechanism.
So it's a discovery. It's a
Yep.
marketing channel for hotels. And then they can continue to market to those users for a stay in the future or to tell their friends about what a great stay they had at the Ace or the Belgraves.
And obviously, your HotelTonight, would you ever envision doing more than just, tonight, doing the morning stay? My use case is one time I was out and about and figured like, okay, I need a place for 2 nights from now, but I can't get a place for 2 nights from now. I can only get it for that specific day. Do you ever envision moving off of that a bit and kind of doing more of a less spontaneous thing, or are you guys fully focused on that?
Well, this is my 3rd startup, and the others have been successful. But one thing I've learned is that the lack of focus is the ruiner of startups. So one of the reasons or the ways that I ensured that there would be focus was choosing a name that kind of boxed us in. It ended up being a big category, but doesn't give us a lot of flexibility. So
right.
That means that there's not a lot of debate about whether we do Hotel Tomorrow. And in fact, in our help section, we say, well, we don't do advanced purchases because we're not Hotel Tomorrow, we're HotelTonight. So.
And kind of on that narrow focus thing, I assume you guys are only going to focus on the smartphone segment of the market, hoping that that becomes the eventual all segment of the market, and not focus too much on people with dumb phones or flip phones and trying to do text message HotelTonight stuff. Is that correct?
That's right. That's right. It's that focus on smartphones. That's where we see the market going. I sort of joke internally that my next computer is an Air, maybe the one after that's an Air. The next computer after that is an iPhone 8.
Yes. In terms of moving outside of cities, you guys are all pretty much urban-based right now, right? How do you do it in, say, if you were to expand into Europe and do like a French countryside thing? Is that a problem? More of a problem for the workforce, or how do you kind of deal with that stuff? Are you going to kind of try and tackle that market?
Yeah, well, we look where demand is the easy answer to that, and we can see that based on where people are turning on their phones, and we can see where we don't have hotels, where people are turning on their phones, and we say, well, somebody wants a hotel there, so let's go program and sign up hotels in that area. But even in the U.S., we do have a number of rural areas or non-urban areas. We've got Napa, we've got Newport, Rhode Island, and areas where there's a weekend getaway market or even a weekday getaway market seen there. So that's something that we'll look to in Europe as well.
Got it. All right. Well, thanks a lot for taking the time, Sam, and everyone get your $2 hotel out there.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gone by now. But
yeah, I'm sure they are.
You guys.
Thanks, man.